Around this time last year, I kind of dropped all of my balls, all of them. And if you watch my videos, you probably know that I used to be a very organized, very planned, very everything together kind of person. Until I wasn't. Today I'm going to share with you my new planning system, which really helped me to get my shit together. But there are so many other things that I've done over the last year to get back on track, which can be another video if you want. This new planning system is a very comprehensive system that has a lot of tools and steps and different products involved. So here's what you can take away from this video. If you are a planning addict like I am, you can take the whole thing and apply it to your life. Or if you're somebody who's just trying to get organized in some areas, you can pick and choose what you'd like to plan and which tool to use. So I hope it will be some sort of inspiration to those of you who are trying to get back on track. The first thing is my week of winning, my routine default calendar, which I'm hosting on Apple Calendar in sync with Google Calendar. So sometimes I look at this, sometimes I look at that. It's not important which tool you use. This is basically a default diary that has all of your routines, and I've divided mine into life areas so I can choose what I want to see at any given time. But this really is the backbone of everything, because this shows me the ideal week, the week of winning, that I would like to have in my life every single week as a goal. It's not realistic to live according to your default diary every week because we're humans. This is a guide, and I take this as the main standard operating procedure when I'm planning my weeks and my months. The second thing in my system is the actual calendar itself, again, Apple Calendar or Google Calendar. And I have a different calendar for this purpose, the second step, which is where all my time-sensitive things live. All my appointments, all the things that I have to do at that particular time, they are living in this calendar, so I can get notifications on my phone, on my computer, on my iPad, on my watch, literally everywhere. Although the main purpose of this calendar, the digital calendar itself, is time-sensitive appointments, I also sometimes use it for time blocking when I'm having really busy days. The third component, and it is in my opinion the most exciting component of my system, is my new digital planner. If you didn't know, I'm an entrepreneur and I have a company called GoodNotes where we produce planners and planning accessories and all of that. And we just launched digital planners for the first time, and I am completely obsessed with them. So the majority of my monthly and weekly planning happens on my digital planner because I can take it anywhere and everywhere with me. It lives on GoodNotes, so I'm using my Apple Pencil to do everything monthly and weekly planning on this digital planner. I also have pages on this planner for brain dumping or taking notes and stuff like that, which is really handy on the go because I can just pull it up on my phone and use my finger to or type some of the things that come to me at that given moment, and I can capture longer ideas a little bit easier. I also use my digital planner for journaling purposes. This year, one of the things that I've done to take better care of my mental health was to start journaling, and a little bit of guided journaling. So all of those journal pages with questions that triggered thoughts and ideas and things that I would like to write in my journal is also living in this digital planner. If you're interested in buying this planner as well, please let me know in the comments and I will tell you how you can do that because our website is still under construction. So yeah, it's a process to get all your balls together, and the website has been one of them. So we talked about my ideal calendar, my default diary, we talked about my actual digital calendar, and we talked about my digital planner. The next thing in my system is my physical planner. By this point, you might be saying, okay, this is an overkill, but hear me out. The great thing about digital products like the calendar and the planner is that you can take it anywhere with you. You always have it in your phone and it's super easy. But the problem with them is that you can easily ignore them because you can just close the app and it's not there anymore. So I love having a physical product in front of me on my desk as I'm going about my day so that I can see, and it's a constant reminder of what I need to be doing that day. And hence, I use my planner for this purpose, daily planning, or a little bit more accurately, I think we can call that I am bullet journaling on my planner now. We have these dot pages in GoodNotes that I've been finding really useful for this purpose, and yeah, I'm just making daily notes and my list, looking at my calendar and my digital planner, doing it in the morning, Done. The next thing is the Notes app on Apple products. I found a way to use GoodNotes to really easily capture things. I used to use BrainToast. I'm sure I've talked about it many times on this channel, but I've been seeing some problems with the app failing to send emails. So I started looking for other things, and I found that GoodNotes, if you incorporate shortcuts, is really easy. And I also put a widget on my phone, the main screen. So as I open my phone, there all my capture notes, and I process them regularly. So this is more of a capturing tool rather than a planning tool, but I've been a capturer for a while. Is that a word? I don't know. The next one is the big boy, Notion. I've been using Notion for years as well, and now I'm using it a little bit differently, but it is still a part of my life planning and organizational system. So yeah, here's what I use Notion for. I do all of my content planning on Notion. I've always done this. Of course, I gave this huge break now, but this video is marking me coming back to YouTube, and I'm gonna be continuing using Notion for my content planning. So let me know what videos you wanna see in the future in the comment section below. I have all of my trackers, such as my dog's vaccination schedule, my doctor's appointments, all of that. All of my routines, my planning routine, morning routine, all of that. And all of my packing checklists, or in general checklists, on my Notion as well, because they're so easy to create, copy, check off as you go. Again, you use the phone app when you're doing your packing in front of your wardrobe. It is very helpful to have those in a digital form, and I think Notion is the best way, again, for the reason of being able to duplicate these things. I also have my coaching notes and client database on Notion because it's easier to see it in a table view, how many sessions each client has left, or what we talked about, or when was the last appointment, and all of that stuff. So I have a coaching area in my Notion as well, and that has been something that I had for a long time as well. Everything about my planner business, GT Estilo, also lives in Notion because I can easily create all the business plans, all the trackers, all the stock, everything on GT Estilo, but I can also share some of these pages. For example, we have a social media calendar that our social media manager works on, and I can go in and check and approve and all of that stuff. So it's really easy to share workspaces or pages on Notion, and that's why both of the businesses, the coaching and GT Estilo, mainly lives in Notion. And the last thing I use Notion is for really big projects. It could be business or personal. For instance, home renovations have been planned out and executed on Notion. The website for GT Estilo has been living and progressing on Notion. So anything that is gonna take a little bit longer than a month, kind of, lives in Notion. And again, I collaborate with different people on these big projects. And finally, the seventh layer of my planning system is the GoodNotes app, other than the digital planner side of things, which is the regular notebooks. I mainly use these notebooks for my learning and personal and professional growth reasons, so I can take all of my notes in one notebook, I can write on presentations, I have everything in one place, and I have different notebooks for each learning area that I have in my life. And that's it. So just to recap, I have my default diary, which I call WOW, Week of Winning. I have my digital calendar, I have my digital planner, I have my physical planner, I have Notion, I have GoodNotes, and I have the Notes app for capturing. The order was messed up, but you know what I'm talking about. So if any of these things are useful to you and you have questions, let me know. I hope you enjoyed the video. It's so good to be back. I can't wait to see you in the next one. Until then, take care. Mwah. Bye.